You know, mornings can tell us a lot about our health, especially as we get older. Maybe you've woken up feeling a little off lately, but you brushed it aside, thinking, oh, it's just part of aging. Well, sometimes, those small changes in how we feel first thing in the morning can be gentle whispers from our bodies, trying to tell us something important. Now, I'm not here to alarm you, but I do want to empower you with knowledge. Because when it comes to our health, catching little signs early can make all the difference. Today, we're going to talk about 4 warning signs in the morning that could indicate something more serious, like cancer, in older adults. These aren't things to panic over, but they are worth paying attention to. So, let's start with the first sign, something you might notice as soon as you open your eyes. 1. Unexplained fatigue that doesn't go away. We all feel tired now and then, right? Maybe you didn't sleep well, or you had a busy day yesterday. But if you're waking up exhausted every single morning, even after a full night's rest, that's your body waving a little red flag. Cancer-related fatigue is different from ordinary tiredness. It doesn't get better with rest, and it can feel heavy, like you're dragging yourself through the day before it even begins. If you've been feeling this way for weeks without a clear reason, like stress or a recent illness, it's worth mentioning to your doctor. Now, fatigue alone doesn't mean cancer, of course. It could be something like anemia, thyroid issues, or even sleep apnea. But when it's persistent and unexplained, it's better to get it checked out. 2. Morning nausea or loss of appetite. Do you remember a time when you woke up hungry, ready for breakfast? If that's changed, if the thought of food in the morning makes you queasy or you just don't feel like eating like you used to, it could be more than just aging taste buds. Certain cancers, like stomach, pancreatic, or even ovarian cancer, can cause nausea or a sudden lack of appetite, especially in the mornings. And if this happens often, it's not something to ignore. Now, let's be clear, occasional nausea can come from many things: acid reflux, a mild stomach bug, or even a new medication. But if it's becoming a regular part of your mornings, and you can't pinpoint why, it's worth having a conversation with your doctor. These first 2 signs, fatigue and nausea, might seem small, but they're the kind of changes we shouldn't shrug off. And in just a moment, we'll talk about 2 more warning signals your body might be sending you. Because when it comes to your health, you deserve to feel your best every single day. You know, our bodies have a way of talking to us, especially as we get older. Sometimes, it's a gentle nudge, like a stiff joint or a bit of heartburn. But other times, those little signs can be a little more persistent, asking us to pay closer attention. We've already talked about 2 morning warning signs, unexplained fatigue and nausea, that could indicate something more serious. Now, let's look at 2 more subtle but important changes you might notice when you wake up. 3. Persistent hoarseness or a chronic cough. Now, we've all had a scratchy throat now and then, especially during allergy season or after a cold. But if you've noticed your voice sounds raspy most mornings, or if you're coughing a lot when you first wake up, without any obvious reason, it could be more than just irritation. Cancers like lung cancer or throat cancer can sometimes cause a lingering cough or hoarseness that doesn't go away. And because these symptoms can be easy to brush off, especially if you've smoked in the past or have a history of acid reflux, they often get overlooked. But here's the thing. If that morning cough or hoarse voice has been sticking around for more than a few weeks, it's worth getting checked. Your doctor might suggest a simple test or scan, just to rule out anything serious. And if it turns out to be something minor? Well, that's a relief worth having. 4. Unexplained weight loss without trying. Now, this one might sound surprising. After all, many of us wouldn't mind losing a few pounds, right? But if you've noticed your clothes fitting looser lately, or the number on the scale dropping without any changes to your diet or exercise, it's something to take seriously. Cancer can sometimes cause weight loss because it changes the way your body uses energy. And while a little fluctuation is normal, losing 10 pounds or more without trying, especially over a short period, is a red flag. Maybe you've been eating the same as always but still losing weight. Or perhaps food just doesn't taste as good as it used to. Either way, unexplained weight loss is one of those signs that shouldn't be ignored. Now, these signs, hoarseness, a lingering cough, or sudden weight loss, don't automatically mean cancer. but they are signals from your body that something might be off. And when it comes to your health, it's always better to be safe than sorry. In the next part, we'll wrap things up with a few important reminders, including when to see a doctor and how to approach these conversations without fear. Because knowledge is power, and you deserve to feel confident about your health every single day. You know, when we talk about potential warning signs like these, it's easy to let worry creep in. But here's what I want you to remember. Noticing these changes isn't about scaring yourself, it's about giving yourself the power to take action. Because when it comes to your health, you're not just a passenger, you're the one in the driver's seat. Now, we've covered 4 warning signs worth paying attention to: fatigue that won't lift, nausea or loss of appetite, a hoarse voice or cough that lingers, and unexplained weight loss. But before we wrap up, let's talk about what to do if any of these feel familiar. When to take the next step. If you've noticed one or more of these signs, here's my best advice: don't sit on it. Make an appointment with your doctor and say, "I've been noticing this change. What do you think?" You're not being dramatic, you're being proactive. And here's something important: doctors want to hear these details. They'd much rather you come in for a checkup that turns out to be nothing than wait until a small issue becomes a bigger one. So take a deep breath, pick up the phone, and make that call. You'll feel better just knowing you've taken charge. A gentle reminder about fear. It's natural to feel nervous when we talk about serious illnesses. But here's the truth: most of the time, these symptoms have much simpler explanations. Maybe it's a vitamin deficiency, a side effect from medication, or just your body adjusting to changes as you age. The point isn't to assume the worst, it's to get answers so you can either put your mind at ease or get the care you need. You're not alone in this. If you're watching this and thinking, "I've been feeling some of these things," I want you to know something: so many people have been right where you are. And the bravest thing they did? They spoke up. They asked questions. They took that first step toward answers. So if this video resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Have you ever noticed a change like this and gotten it checked out? Your story might give someone else the courage they need to take action. Closing thoughts. At the end of the day, our bodies are always speaking to us, we just need to listen. Those little warning signals? They're not here to scare us. They're here to guide us. So here's my wish for you: may you wake up each morning feeling strong, cared for, and confident in taking charge of your health. And if you ever need a reminder that small actions make a big difference, well, you know where to find me. If this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up, it really does make a difference. And don't forget to subscribe for more honest, uplifting conversations about thriving at every age. Until next time, remember, your health is worth the attention, and so are you.